Good afternoon. So it seems that we are just simple human beings and that we have no power. So my question is simple. I just want to know how can we react efficiently at our scale to prevent a third world war? Thank you.
Well, I think that, first of all, it's not quite true that we have no power, because we have the power of ideas. And, even if you could say that we are physically not as strong as the powers to be, Wall Street, London, the military, but I think the one power we have is that human beings are human beings, and, there is a divine spark in them which we can appeal to. This divine spark is creativity. It's that human beings are different from all other species because we can, have cognition, we can have invention of new ideas, we can have new poetry, new metaphors, new hypotheses in science and technology. And, this is something which is a total difference to, let's say, all the animals, as much as we may like them as pets or whatnot, but human beings are really special. And my hope is, and this is what this conference really tries to get to, is that there is something inside human beings which Gottfried Leibniz identified at the end of the 17th century, saying that a very great evil has the power to create something even more good. And, I think that if we portray the danger, and that is one of the crimes of the Western media and the Western establishment politician, that the danger of extinction is so close and there is no public debate. So, we thank the contributions of Professor Tahan and Mrs. Tasmini, as well as His Excellency this morning, for really making, the reality clear. And I want you to take this out of this conference, to go to the public events of public meetings, raise the issue, challenge politicians, try to get them away from this course, tell them that the present German and French and other policies are suicidal. Get a public debate, go to the parliamentarians, organize other constituencies to raise these issues. And, I think that if we do this, I think we may be able to kick off the kind of public debate which is needed. I think we need to do that. Then we will take the proceedings of this conference and make a video DVD about it, which we plan to circulate widely in the Arab world. We will translate it into many languages. We will make sure that it's circulated in Russia, on Russian websites. Normally, when the Schiller Institute or Mr. LaRouche or one of us says something, we have about 1,000 websites in Russia which report about it. We have influence in China because people listen to what this movement is doing. So I think that we have a very, very broad range of activities which are supposed to come out of this conference and, get more people involved. I think the speakers today have given you an example, that the way things are portrayed, if at all, are not the way they are. And I think that is something we should all be doing. And, for example, we started this anti-war mobilization after the attack on Libya last week. For example, on Christmas, we went to the churches internationally and distributed a leaflet. Normally you don't disturb people at their church service, but because it was such a war danger, we did that. And I think we should have all kinds of such activities because, to wait until the disaster strikes, then, we are not much better than the people who are causing it once we know it. I also strongly urge, that you start to discuss what I tried to present this morning in Hussein, because we need to have a debate about development. I think if we engage many people from the Middle East into the question of how to build up the area for, a lush future, something which reconnects to the time of the great caliphates, to the time of the Silk Road, and to basically have the wish to have such a future. Invite other engineers, scientists, astronomers, all kinds of people to participate in the discussion of how to build a future. Because if people don't have a sense of future, they become desperate, they become pessimist, and cultural pessimism is always breeding terrible things. I mean, in Germany, we had the example 60, 70 years ago when you had a collapse of hope. So I think we need a war mobilization. The war against the desert is not just a war against the desert. We are fighting a war for the survival of civilization. And I want to ask all of you to join this.